Hello, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you all doing? I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes before we get started. And if I don't find anyone to join, I will go ahead to talk about the topic on the Tom's Mail. It's been a while. I've actually come online, video, video one, face to face. I planned I was going to do that in November, but today, since I wanted to treat this topic, I just thought it's okay to show my face. And please try and make yourself visible to me to support me. Thank you. I am also a shy person, so support me, encourage me, please. I think that there was there's a network issue, so how's life treating you, everyone? I meant to drop the Sunday scripture yesterday. I was not able to do that. I was trying to upload that, but it wasn't really responding, so I got carried away. And by the time I check it again, it was too late. So I thought, yeah, we can actually give that a rest. That's about the Sunday scripture, and I'll be coming back with the story time soon. I was thinking what I wanted to discuss today is also a story time, but because let me actually be sure this is showing well. Um, yeah, because it's like a case study, so I just thought, okay, we can all give our own opinion. Be sure it's me. It's showing. In case you're seeing a shadow here, it's the aquarium. I decided not to put it on because yeah, the noise, this thing might be getting on the way. Yeah. Okay. I haven't got my hair. Okay, so let's dive right in there. Please engage yourself. Support and watch if you can, please. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So I thought to share this. It's a relaxing day for me. I know it's Monday, but I'm not working today. I'm back to work tomorrow. So, in a situation where um the person you're dating was actually involved, as was involved with your relative in the past, would you go ahead? Or if you think your relative maybe later get involved with someone you've been involved with as well in the past, would that disturb, um would that would I say put an end or an hindrance to the way you're going to relate with your family member? So let's say, for example, if you've dated someone before, maybe things didn't work out and everyone go their own way, or you've married someone and the things didn't work out, maybe everyone, you decide to go your own way, amicably or whatever way, and let's say years later or a few months later, and your relative, it could be your sister, your brother, your or your friend, someone that uh like that person has been, the person is now dating your ex, someone that you've been involved with. How would you take that? And in my first channel, we've discussed something similar in the past, which was that one was a friend expecting that uh maybe our ex shouldn't have married the person she's what she was once involved with, something like that. I've got so many of them either as well. So, um, the case I have here today, I really don't want to put it on the screen. I didn't really prepare for that. I'm just gonna scroll through it and read that out. Then we talk about I'll talk about my own point of view, my chipping my own advice. So, this person said this happened about 3 years ago. Is it 3 years ago? And she said they both got attached and started dating. So everything was sweet and fine until the guy she was dating met her sister. When you meet, so when you meet a guy and you guys started talking, and before you know it, and okay, you finally agree, okay, we can give it a try, or I like you, like me, okay. As you know, sometimes the likeness doesn't come easily, it doesn't come immediately the same the way maybe some men would just see a lady and just like them. Sometimes it could be because they've been seeing the same that person in a couple of times, and maybe they were relating in different ways, or life event was just bringing them together. It does sometimes make start bringing the likeness from the guy or from the lady. So sometimes the way people meet is, sorry about the people, the way people meet is not usually they don't usually start to fall in love at the on the first they don't start to fall in love on the first instances. Sometimes it does take a little bit of meeting up, seeing each other a couple of times. Maybe some event must have happened. Some could be sweet ones. Some could actually be something like a quarrel, and before you know it, the likeness starts developing. They start having develop the feeling. They start catching feelings anyway. So from the story this person was telling, of course, she met the guy, and after things started working out, and to get to a stage like, okay, I'm going to be pulling this down once why, if you notice, the cause of my neck thing that I don't have issue with. Yeah, so because of that, as at the time they got really maybe involved, um, please, if you join, please make yourself visible. Don't sign out. Maybe just come in to see the person or the face of the person talking. Just listen to the story. If my face doesn't really interest you, but the story will interest you, and please give me your opinion. Thank you. So yeah, and she decide, or it was time to take the guy home or to visit maybe a relative, and whoa, the guy met the sister, and they both start to hang out. And from what she was writing, she said they both start to hang out and lost time for me. So she noticed that after she took the guy to her family to meet her family. She noticed that after that the guy wasn't as attached as he used to before. And I do understand that, when a man is winning a girl, they take out time out of their no time to they take out time out of their no time to um would I say to see you more and get involved in what you like, because they are the one trying to get you. So, and the moment they get you, they tend to relax a bit. And people ask, why does this happen? I think it's something I might need to treat in another topic. It will be on my first channel anyway. So anyway, she noticed that the guy wasn't as forthcoming as he used to when he was um trying to convince her to date him. And maybe when she also agreed, and and all that, when she first agreed, as time goes on. So after she visited home with the guy, she noticed that the guy wasn't forthcoming as he used to. And she later found out that the guy was hanging out with her sister. So some would have seen this scenario that it could be their cousin. I've got that in my email as well, that it would be maybe their cousin that the guy will be hanging out with, and you'll be wondering, why is this happening that way? So he said they both start to hang out, and he lost his time for me. I then told him everything and what I'm noticing, but he told me it was nothing. So I would like, when I read some of the statement, I will explain a little bit of it because of the conversation that they have with the person. So it's like when you realize this, or you notice this, and you decide that, okay, I'm going to talk about this with this guy, or I'm going to bring it up in our conversation. Some of them, you really don't want to use the word confrontation, because sometimes using the word confrontation, some people take it as if as something that is a bit hard, like you come at the person. But when were going on or happens, they were in a good mood. So she decided to ship it in and ask the guy, like, I say, oh, you often don't have more time for me anymore. I noticed things have changed, blah, blah, blah. And, she initially first started asking about work and, a bit of a social life, just to see maybe he will want to say he has been busy at work, things have changed, excuse me, and all that, so that she could be able to see how we're going to come in. But um she finally to discuss it with the guy, and the guy reassured her that, oh, it was nothing, blah blah blah. And she said, as soon then asked a friend for her help and hack in his account. So, and when she decided to discuss it with the um partner, with the man that she was dating, then the man denied it. And I think the denying, I'm not sure, maybe she did point out that, are you seeing my sister, or are you seeing someone else? Or maybe she didn't point saying my sister, but she did ask him if there was anything going on, or if the guy is having someone else. Is there anything she's done wrong because of what she's noticed? But the guy tend to, wave that away, that, oh, it's nothing, the way, da, 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 da. As people that don't want things to come out immediately, or they still want you to be in a dark mode, they will still reassure you that there's a light there. Maybe you did not open your eyes properly. So I think she got more curious, and the thing was bothering her. Then she knows some people that, they are into IT and a few other things. So she spoke to someone, and that was how she said she spoke to a guy, and it's her friend, and the person taught her how to get into the guy's account, and she wasn't able to get it in with getting successfully. So she finally let the guy help her, and she was able to see the guy's account. And soon she found out that the guy has been cheating on her with her sister. And she said she saw everything. She saw their conversation and few places that they visited and all that, which, according to how, because of what she saw, she decided to go into the guy's phone to see maybe he will find some picture. But the guy, some people are quite neat right now with when it comes to cheating. He deletes immediately, but he does have a place where he stored them. Anyway, she found this out, and then she decided to tell the guy. She broke up with the guy, and she said, where was that? As soon as I found out he was cheating on me with my sister, I then told him I wanted to break up, and told him everything that I saw. He told me that he always liked my sister and not me. This is where I'm actually going to. And thereafter, what happened thereafter, because this thing of a cheating thing has been, you know off and on. People see it happens. The way people handle things of nowadays. I mean, you'll be wondering, when we were growing up, there things weren't like this, but right now people don't take things as a shame. In fact, they walk over it and like, things that you don't even want people to hear. That back then, right now, in fact, they will do makeup, do eyelashes, put ring lights, and they will pepper you. So you just want to bottle things in, because you don't want people to actually start hearing that maybe you're fighting over a man, and all the stories. So she said, he told me that he always liked my sister and not me. He used me as a breed to he used me as a breed to get breed for him, and to get my sister closer. So yeah. So when she finally told the guy why she would want to she want to break up, and she decided to come open. I think left to me, I won't even really go into that, but they did discuss, and the guy finally owned up that, yeah, they are seeing that he wasn't attracted to her in the first place, that he was attracted to the sister. And the question now is, when we met, I thought you don't know my sister, but you pretended as if you knew my sister. I mean, you pretended that like you don't know me. So sometimes, you don't know who knows you, maybe from afar, or because some people, I'm just thinking, the guy might have seen the lady, the sister, from, and maybe he likes her, but he doesn't have the courage to go up to her. Some people, the circle they move with does not give the man much avenue to walk up to them, or to start having a friendship conversation with them. They are always in a circle of some certain friends. so you don't really know how to get in. So, and it could be, he might even is dropped from maybe some circle that, oh, that lady is B's sister. Why I'm saying is that I know something like this that has happened. Some people don't know me, or they don't know my sister, but they tend to know me, and they will, oh, you're so person's sister. Oh yeah, and get connected. And I'm sure my sister's husband is gonna watch this one of these days. That's my sister actually, in her first marriage, I would say, the man she married, which was for many years, the man got closer to my sister through me. He was being friend with me, and big brother and all that. And I don't know, he he had intention of dating, of maybe he liked my sister initially before he started being friend with me. But I know through me he got my sister, and they eventually got married. So some men like that are like, some men are like that they might not be able to get closer to the person because of the circle they move with or how they carry themselves, but they will get you through someone that you know. um Please make yourself visible. Thank you, and please like the video for me. Even me that put I didn't use my own account to like it. Okay, so please make yourself visible. Say hi, say hello, and join me in the story. I would have actually put the story on, but I didn't prepare for that. Like I said, I was going to explain. So the guy that maybe the guy saw the girl, the sister, and doesn't have a venue of meeting with the sisters. So since you're more accessible. When I mean accessible, I don't mean maybe you're cheap. Maybe you're the type that you're calm with the way you talk to people or the way you receive new people. Some people are harsh when they mean, they're like, what? Especially when it's opposite gender. So so it could be. So he started dating this lady. I'm thinking, before you get to them dating, you were trying to impress her with so many things, or letting her see you like you're a genuine person, you have a genuine feeling for her, and she agreed to the extent that she took you to our family. And then you started liking her sister. Is it when she took you to the family, or said then when you now finally got to a stage where it took you to the family, then the interest you have in her sister previously just sprung up? I don't know, but to cap it all, for the lady right now, she's broken up with the guy. Her sister and the guy are seeing each other. Let's assume they get married, yeah? But from now on, they get married or not, but from then on, how do you expect the other sister to relate with our own sister that was dating someone that she brought home? Would you trust her again? Because if she was doing that behind your back without letting you know until when you finally found out, do you not think it might get to a stage, if you don't find out, they might want to eliminate you, put something in your drink, make you look very some sisters could go to the extent of making your face look unpalatable for the opposite gender, that you will even find yourself as a failure. So, and to the man, I know he's not going to be saying, she's not going to be saying the man often, but what about your sister? What about the future? Not now. People will say, oh, just let it go. Of course, you're not fighting to be with the man anymore. You're no longer interested. Some people heal easily, some it might take a while, but what happened from then on with your relative, your sister, if you eventually settle down, you have children, would you, because some people, when they are dealing with issues, they don't think of tomorrow, they think of just now. It's okay to think of now, but also know that the way you handle now could also affect tomorrow. It could affect the future in a way. Even when you apologize, it does give the other party um a guide. So if they finally get married, let's say in the near future, how would you expect her to treat your children? I think it's a bit hard here because I don't know how close she is to her sister, but for her sister to have gone behind, even when the guy was trying to make her uh, date him. And I was wondering how she might be pretending each time her sister is around. And the whole thing anyway, it does. I think it's not a nice one on the sister side. With the man, it's easier to like, okay, I'm no longer with them, I'm not interested. But what about your sister? She's your blood sister. You guys are going to be saying, how would you guys relate? How would your relationship move on? That's why I said, how do I deal with them from now on? How will she deal with them? Is it just gonna be all hello, hi, 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 hi? They can't have a deep conversation. Does that also mean that even when it comes to big business deal, she can't trust them because she was once tapped? And perhaps some people will say it's not that deep. Yes, not that deep, but sometimes we will use maybe the way some people handle things to gauge how you would deal with them or how they would deal with you if things doesn't work out. Please make yourself visible for me. Thank you. Yeah, how things will work out, or if things doesn't work between you guys, how would they react? So for me, for the sister, is very, would I say, is not good enough. I don't know people that got involved, but let's assume that the guy is going to marry you. Because if he eventually did not work, would you come back to your sister to start narrating how bad the guy is or was? And how do you expect her to be relating with you to say, yeah, it was like that? And sometimes it could make both of you really um would I don't know if I can use the word HATE men, because you believe that it's dealt with both two sisters, and you guys would think it was intentional, like, oh, he actually planned to be with my first sister and also this one. How are we going to know? So for you, the second sister, or anyone that's, if you try this, you're trying it, there's no guarantee that you guys are going to get married. There is no guarantee that the marriage is going to last if you do. And there is no guarantee that it might not happen to someone that you know, your children, or someone very close again. Or what if you guy gets into business? Would you trust each other into business? Because as we know, couples they get into business, and some people, I would say, the moment they go into business with their partner or their husband change. Sorry, I'm just trying to respond to message that I got. Their husband change. Yeah, and they say that money is the root of all evil. Yeah, so when it comes to money, some people's change attitude, mental this thing just change. They would deal with you as if they've not you guys have not met before, and there will be at the back of their head that you can cheat them. And another point is, for the lady, I need you to know that the guy might not trust you 100% anymore. In case in the near future, if you're with his friends for a longer time, he might not trust you. I've seen a scenario where if a friends if a lady, our husband friend was trying to use what he wanted her to organize a surprise party for his wife. But because of how she and her husband have met something similar to do with cheating, and the guy didn't trust the wife. He found out that they are saying they are meeting up somewhere, he transferred money, and even when the lady let you know tell him what the how what was happening, how they were planning birthday surprise party, and with other of their friends, the man still feel they could be catching feeling. He doesn't. He feels she might force too early. And that heard the lady saying, "Oh, but the way we met, it was just this one." But the guy was still having that, like, if you can do it with me, you can do it with someone else. And it was just a case of it's a one-off. I just liked you. That's why it happened that way. When I knew you were dating someone, and I was still dating you. It still feel like, well, a once cheater can never change, can always be a cheater, and that really disturbed the lady for a very long time. So for you, lady, sorry, I'm just responding to message that. See, so the guy might not trust you as such anymore. Even if you see the guy with your sister, the one you first dated, maybe business issue or anything, you will not trust him. You will also think, is it that he wants to go back to your sister? Are they going to plan something against you? Now, let's put your partner aside. Even your other friends, once you see your sister with some friends that you know, or people, you will always think she's planning to eliminate you. You would think she's planning against you. She too, when she sees some, or some people, they do have conscience that does disturb them, even if they are not really that guilty. If anything is happening to them, you are the first one that comes to heart, because they feel for you to have gone to that extent, you can actually hurt them. That you can actually hurt them. So, um, sorry about that. Yeah. So some would think you can actually hurt them. Some can't trust you anymore. And don't forget that the friends that they have, people around them, will also be advising them. Some will tell you, oh, that kind of a person, sister can buy you, that one can this one. They will also influence some of their decision. You yourself, you will not be at peace, because whatever step she takes, you want to think ahead of it. You would think, because you've hurt her in a way. To you, you might say it wasn't intentional, because the guy was interested in you first, and blah blah blah. I just feel you shouldn't have done it. Like the question some people might ask, what do you think she should have done when the guy was coming to her? You will say to your sister, so person came to me. Oh, hello, sis. Solomon came to me and was telling me he likes me. And I asked him, isn't it he was going out with you? And he said, oh, I'm the one he's interested in. So ask her, what do you feel? She will be mad, of course. Both of you can confront Solomon, or you test the Solomon. I'm just using Solomon as a scenario person. Like, what tell him, I'm going to tell my sister what you just said now. Oh, don't tell her, blah blah blah, she's going to feel hurt. There is no how she will not feel hurt when she find out, because no matter what, she's still going to find out anyway. And the way people handle disappointment, heartbreaking, betrayal matters. It does different. It varies. Some people like, oh, okay. Why some they might just faint. Some will, they will, initially you won't see any reaction. They will After a while, it start affecting them. It will affect them academically. That's if yeah, it will affect their thinking, the way they respond to things. Some before, if you ask them 1 plus 1, they quickly answer. They will like they will have to reprocess it before they, it affect the way they respond to things quickly. It even affects some people's sleep, the way they relate with other people, other relationship that they have with their other friends. Even if they don't want to accept that that thing is what is the cause, it does affect them psychologically. So there are things you need to put into consideration, because the guy coming to meet you because he wanted to use you as a bridge to get your sister. I think he should have come straight to the point. Let's just say, let's assume, okay, the guy doesn't know your sister, but the moment he met your sister, there was a connection. He could feel something was going on, and instantly, because it does happen, they will say they know something just come off. The feeling they have for that person wasn't existing anymore. The new sister was, and it takes a while. But the thing is, you as a sister, you're the blood. Your sister met the guy not quite long, so you and your sister have lived together for a while or know each other for a while. You should be able to um relate the message. Let her know. If you can't say it to her directly, why don't you send a message or tell someone to tell her? There's a way. If that's because, if you know you're interested in the guy too, because if you're not interested at all, of course, a no is a no. But for the fact that you went ahead, it's not a good thing. Even if you tell your sister and your sister doesn't want to let the guy go, if they might eventually break up. And after breaking up for a while, if the guy come back to you and you still have feelings, I guess you guys might carry on, because the lady might say, "You, I'm no longer interested in him." It's your choice as at that time. But the fact that they were going out, you knew, and you were seeing the guy behind your sister's back. I think that's not it's not good enough. The guy might actually not trust you, might not trust your sister, even the way your family are going to relate with them, maybe later in the near future, or to his family. He might think you guys are like that in the family. I think, to me, you sold yourself out in a big way, which wasn't, maybe you were not thinking of it. You sold the family out, but I pray that you guys will. I think someone just dropped a message. Oh, Musisi, hi. How are you doing? Happy New Week. Yeah, I decided to come and do small rant here. Thank you. So, like I was saying, so Musisi, I don't know if you heard my story, the story I was narrating from the beginning, because I didn't put that on the screen. I was saying, um, a lady met a guy and decided to take his guy home, and the guy started seeing her sisters behind her back. When the lady asked the guy, her boyfriend denied it. Then she got a friend of theirs to hack the guy's account. Then she found out that the guy and her sister were seeing each other. So she decided to break up with the guy. So and so the guy and the sister were now dating. So I was just bringing out the lesson for me that both of them might not trust each other, because why would you date your sister's boyfriend? So your sister eventually pack up the relationship because you were dating her boyfriend behind her back. And if they eventually get married, I said the guy might not trust the lady for deals, or he might not trust the lady around his friends, especially when you have men friends that they like good things. They can go after your wife. He wouldn't want his wife to be around his friends, because he knows he would, to himself, he would think his wife, the lady that is not, he got married to, might might be a loose person. Though he said, let me read the story again, so maybe you'll be able to get the scenario very well. So she said, and this happened 3 years ago. I met a guy, and after a while, we both got attached and we started dating. And she said everything was sweet and fine, not until he met my sister. They both start to hang out, and he lost time for me, meaning he doesn't really see her as such anymore. So she noticed that and saying something was wrong. Then I told him and he lost time on me. Then I told him everything, what I was noticing. The lady decided to discuss that with the guy, that I noticed that they are not really as close anymore. And soon I asked is then I told him everything I'm noticing, but then he told me it was nothing. So the guy said there's nothing wrong. So as soon as I asked a friend for help, and is my a friend helped me to hack his account. I've then found out that he was cheating. He's cheating on me with my sister. I then told him I wanted the breakup, and I told him everything I saw. He told me that he has always liked my sister and not me. He used me as a bridge to get to my sister, to get closer to my sister. So that's the story, and that's what I was treating. I was just giving my own what I think the lesson out of it. Like, okay, if they eventually get married, would the man trust the lady? If you can go behind your sister to date someone that he brought home, she brought home, even if the guy likes you first, because I can imagine the way the guy is going to tell the lady that, oh, you are the one I liked first, but I didn't get access to you, so I had to come to your sister. But your sister, my sister, has already fallen in love with you, so it's either you let your sister know your man is coming to me and your man is telling me another story. So if the guy is bold enough to say to your sister's face that yes, it's true, is your sister I'm interested in, I wasn't interested in you. Okay, I think you guys might have, okay, let me see if you love him or not. So I was just saying the guy would not trust the lady with his friends or with the family. The first lady, which is also would not trust the sister. At the end of the day, she is also in between the guy and the sister. And what about in the future as well? What about their children? Will she be able to allow her children to go and spend time with her sister? She won't know what's going to happen. What if the sort things happen to her own children in the near future? Will she think of what she has done in the past? Also, would what about business? What if they have business deal together? Would they be able to? The guy might think, oh, if she can do this, then I think she can also want to cheat me. I don't think the guy can be loyal to the girl or trust the lady 100% anymore. And also the family. I think it's also a loss of respect for the family. You did drop something. Um, I'll just check it from here. Um, it's a behavior of the guy. Still, the guy will get another lady. Still, I thought as much. She said, first is two-way because it's a behavior. Yeah, I think the guy. What if the guy get fed up of this lady in few weeks or few months and they go away? What's going to happen between the two sisters? Are they going to be relating well, or would they start talking about the guy like, oh, you did this, is like that, is like that? But it doesn't show that you guys will that you your sister can trust you with our next man. If she has someone else that she's dating, she will be having that question in her head like, how would I secure this man from my sister dating this man behind my back? Even if you think you trust your man, then you can now think of it if the younger sister is prettier, because some people are good looking than the other. We are all beautiful. God made us in his own image in a beautiful way, but some people are quite more beautiful or more attractive to men. Some ladies, when a man sees them, they still want to be asking questions in their head, like, wow, she's so pretty. But their character, their attitude push the thing off, but the look alone, they have the look. The look does ask a question in their head like, oh my God, or they appreciate God's work. When they see them, they are more prettier. So you can imagine if the other sister is quite prettier. So whenever she found a new man, she'll be thinking in her head, how will I bring this man home without my sister, without him being attracted to my sister, or my sister being attracted to him? Those are the things that she will also be battling with. Mosisi said, but if the problem was with the lady, the guy just wants better treatment. That's why he moved on. Yeah, but he just said that he was the sister that she was interested in. And for the sister to be dating the guy behind her back, I think that's very, very, very naughty of her. My dear us, in the era, people can get away from their family in case they are not blocked from. Yeah, right. I said it in the beginning that things that happened when we were growing up that people are ashamed of, but right now people they will even put camera on, put ring light on and shame you. But then it was something that you can cover your eyes like, hey, I don't want people to know. But now it's not. It doesn't bother people anymore. People do it and they will beat their chest, as the people will say, they'll beat their chest to it. So it was the guy that messed up, but the sister allowed it. The first lady, I would just say, God just saved that, because what if they keep going on for a very long time and the guy kept wasting her time? Meanwhile, when it comes to things like this, jealousy comes in, heaviness comes in. And I'm happy that the lady got to notice and took the right step. People will say, "Oh, is it advisable to hack your man's um phone or his account?" I would say, me personally, it's not advisable. I believe that what will happen. But the only thing there is that when it will happen might be different, because we do say it. Oh, there's what God wants to happen, what going to happen, what God wants us to do, or what you will become in future, you will still become it. It might take time. The devil might drag, it might delay the time, it might still happen. It's just that at the age or at the time it was programmed to happen, it might not happen. Or even if it happened that same time and the same age, the process of you getting it to happen might be more intense. Yeah. So if it was meant to be smooth before, you will work too hard for it, sweat too much for it. There's always an issue with you struggling with something that it was meant to happen naturally. So for me, I don't think you should act his account, but I do get, as human, when you get to some stage, when your instincts is telling you something very strong and you do discuss with people, you could see people that will render like, why don't you check his phone? I'm not a subscriber to checking phones, but I can't even remember when I checked my husband's phone last. Have I done it this year? I think the last time I even wanted to check something on the phone, I was asking him to help me to unlock it. So I don't, like, he was telling me, don't you know? So these are the things he's told me before. It's not what I do, so it's not in my head. And I wasn't cracking my brain to start putting my name to unlock. I don't know. But some ladies is an habit to them to always check their people's phone, and they say what you're looking for, you might find it. And one of my advice is, what that thing that you're looking for, if you find it there, have you prepared for the solution, or have you prepared for the repercussion? Because if you go there, if you're snooping through your partner's phone, your husband's phone, if you find what you were not expected to find, what you were really expecting to find, are you prepared for what you found? Or I don't know how to put it. To me, be prepared for it and don't take irrational decision, because you might also be in the wrong. So I'm not a subscriber of check always check his phone. Of course, you have the right to. Um, if you guys agree, if you make it also if you also make it free for you to check. Some people will say, don't check my phone. They will not even lock it, but they don't like it. And I feel sometimes people's phones are they have some confidential thing there. There are certain things will work on my phone that so I think partner that may be going into their spouse's phone should also know the limits, where to go to, what to go in, what to check. And of course, people go for messages most of the time and pictures to one because they try to have a reason for a breakup or to validate their instincts and all that. If she hasn't done that, she wouldn't have found out. So thank God she found out early. It could have taken a while before she found out. Things must have actually even gotten more um bad. We don't know, but I would say she left in a good. It wasn't that good, but it's not like they had a gbas fight. But she was mature about it to say, okay, you know what, we need to break up since and I know you're dating my sister. It's just about the sister, and I pray that with people that such happens to, they God lays in our heart and how to also walk away from the heartbreak. It's a two-way being heartbroken from the guy and from your own blood sister. Your own blood sister dating your man. And if we have to look at the aspect of the family, by the time, because a lot of people will let the family know that, oh, I broke up with my man because um my sister was dating him. You want to see the angle your family are coming in with. What are they saying? Are they supporting your sister? Are they blaming you for bringing the man home, or they're blaming the man for trying to woo your sister? But the bottom line is that your sister is dating him. Someone just joined, I think two, three people said joined and left. Uh, and he said it was his sister he was interested, but there are reasons why he did so. Yeah, she said the guy said he was interested in the sister. So because he couldn't get the sister, so he decided to date the I think the elder sister before, using that as an avenue to get closer to the real person he was interested in. But things like that happen. Some people, they is because they don't have a way of getting into the person they like. They will go to the sister, they will be friend with the sister, and as time goes on, they will get to start talking to the person they like, and they start dating the person, but they don't eventually date both of them. But this time around, he dated the first one before getting to the other sister. And you said, and the next day, my host, I'm sure that will make you move on with another person. Yeah, some does make go on. Why it affects some people a lot. It does affect some people. Have trust issue maybe with their relative. Like I said, the family, their own family, the lady's family. How did they handle the issue? Some family will say, "Oh, do you want to fight your sister because of a man?" That statement alone could mean, is that what you should be saying right now, or you should be also be scolding the person who did wrong, the sister? The man is a third party. I would say it's a third party as at the time, because they are not really married yet. So the way the family intervene into the situation could also affect the way the lady um could also affect the way the lady will handle issue with her sister. If the family come in amicably and uh blame the second sister for taking that step without telling, when you know that is your sister's man, why would you do that? That's not nice. But okay, you guys love each other, you guys have actually let go. You can sit them down and make them apologize and all that. I think the way the family comes in also matters in relationship with the two sisters. I just feel in the near future, the first sister will not really trust the second sister with her man, even if she's married. And we don't know, it can also generate into their own children and the way they handle things. But that rift might always be there. That's what I feel anyway with and men. And I know some ladies does that as well. They like the other guy, but they'll go to their sister and their brother. It does happen more for the scenario I've heard so far is about men doing that to get into a lady. Some guys do that through their friends as well. They will first of all be friend with the lady's friend before they will now use catch feeling with whoever else make their feeling knows to the person, saying, oh, I used you to get to into to I don't love you, I didn't have that attachment, I just used style, blah blah blah. And you hurt to know that someone that made you to develop feeling for them is later telling you that they never have that intention, they never had that feelings, that they were only faking the feelings to use you as a brick to get to the other person. So it hurts. You don't want to think of it that it makes you feel like a fool. It's something you don't want to quick to always remember that, oh, the person called me a fool. It doesn't have to spell it out as F-O-F-O-F-O-O-L. But the what happened was like it was that like was that way anyway, that he used you to get to the person. You would have loved if you were told initially that, please, I would love to get to your sister. I do not have avenue. She doesn't give me face, so I don't get a way of getting to your sister, but I really like her. Then if you tell her and she was saying, but I like you, why don't you date me? Then I will say, okay, she caused it. But yeah, men, while you're trying to be that stunt, be careful, because you don't know what your action, your reaction, the way you go about things, what you will cause some people in the near future, especially the family. It could cause a generational rift. And when I say generational, that's why I mean that the lady might not trust the guy, her sister in the near future. She might not trust her sister with her children. Yeah, it could be that bad, because she will say, I don't know how she might treat my children or whatever. Maybe if they are not really getting along, even when they were growing up, you can imagine this kind of a case. She will give that gap. Some would not even talk to them anymore, and they've drawn the line. Like, you know what, we are. So I think that's it for me, guys. Ladies, be careful when you catching feeling, and think of your reaction, the repercussion of your action on the other people, on others. Sometimes we do say, don't care about what people will say about you. Care for what you do, especially when you know what you're doing is right. But sometimes, how do you think or ask yourself, how do you know if what you're doing is right? Are you trying to look for validation to get validation that what you're doing is right? Or as long as you're happy, because we just say it, just make sure you make yourself happy. Also remember that when you're keeping yourself happy, if everyone around you are sad, what is making you happy would not make you happy again, because you can't always be laughing while everyone around you are squeezing their face. You will get to a stage that laughing thing will come down, it will come off, and you'll be wondering, you can't be laughing. So you still need some people around you to be happy. So be conscious, be careful of your action, your attitude, how it's going to affect some people. And they might take you to the future. When I mean the future, it might be the future you never thought of. So the repercussion of our actions sometimes does obviously affect people deeply. Some, like that lady, might not trust men anymore, might not even trust any friend or family member again. It is a trust issue. She might need the therapy to actually get over that. We never can tell. She might take that action to deal with any other man that comes her way, or any of our other siblings. That's how it is. It's 1 hour and I just want to stop. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. C, for joining. I appreciate you. God bless you. And I will round it up here. Thank you for joining once again. Please, if you will watch this video, please, I would like to hear your opinion on the matter. I would like to read that again. So whoever, the person said, this happened 3 years ago. I met a guy and we started we both then got attached and started dating. Everything was sweet and fine until I met until he met my sister, and they both start to hang out, and he lost time for me. He then told me everything was fine. After I noticed he wasn't as close anymore, I soon then asked a friend to help me to hack his account. I soon found out that he was cheating on me with my sister. I told him I wanted the breakup, and I told him everything that I saw. He told me that he has always liked my sister and not me. He used me as a bridge to get to my sister. That's the story. What would you do? What advice would you give this kind of a person? And how do you think their relationship will go on from henceforth? Yeah, how would they be thinking? How would their relationship go on? Would they still be friends like sister? Would they trust each other again? No. Would they? Do you think even in the near future with the children, do you think this might affect their both children? Let's say eventually the guy and the other lady get married. Do you think they will really trust each other? Do you think the guy would trust his new partner, would that's a wife, with his friends? What if they have business deals or business together? Would they trust each other? Because to me, it's just what happened has actually given them reason to doubt each other in one way or the other. How would they be able to reassure each other that they are not really like that? Maybe event just happened that way. So those are the things. And what do you think friends will be telling both parties, the first sister and the second sister, and all that? Do you think a thread would have started? And I also talk about the family, how the family intervene into the sister, how they come into this situation initially will determine if the first sister are going to believe that the family are against her or with her. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much, as Mosisi. And if you listen to this later, let me hear from you. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next one. To take care. Bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Oh, I think I've deleted this bye bye thing from here. Bye. It's when I'm leaving that somebody's joining again. Please rewatch and let me hear from you. Thank you. Bye.